when we study mathematics, there's a very important concept we need to understand. That's the concept of a procedure. There are certain kinds of knowledge that we deal with. There's declarative knowledge. Those are facts. Those are what type of things. What's the capital of Ohio? What is 2 plus 2? Those are examples of declarative knowledge. But there's also procedural knowledge. Procedural knowledge is how. Procedures give us steps we can follow to accomplish some task, or to perform some job, or in the case of mathematics, to solve some problem. Now, procedures are used commonly. You might have used a procedure today. A normal human procedure, hopefully, is to, in the morning, brush your teeth. There's a certain set of steps that you follow to brush your teeth. Perhaps you were unfortunate enough to have a flat tire on the way to school or on the way to work. And you had a procedure that you followed to change that tire. There are steps we follow to change that tire. Or if you're fortunate enough to have AAA, maybe your procedure was to get on your cell phone and call the AAA representative and have them send somebody to change the tire for you. But there are steps we follow to accomplish tasks, to solve problems. For example, an auto mechanic has a certain set of steps that he or she follows to change the spark plugs in a car. A nurse has a set of steps that he or she follows to take your blood pressure. A doctor has a set of steps that he or she would follow to remove a mole. Those steps are all what we consider to be procedures, and procedures are very important in math. In fact, mathematics gives us an opportunity to practice applying procedures, which should help us in our daily lives, especially in our daily work lives, because most people in their work will encounter procedures they have to follow. Now, how does the auto mechanic know that the procedure that he or she should use is the procedure for changing the spark plugs? Is there some indicator that that's what needs to be done? Or, say, the doctor. How does the doctor know that he or she needs to remove that mole? What would be the indicator? What would be the sign? What would be the characteristics, the symptoms that would trigger those individuals to make those decisions that this is the set of procedures I need to follow to solve this problem? Well, that's a very important thing for us to understand as well mathematically. In mathematics, we're going to run into a lot of different kinds of problems, just like a doctor runs into a lot of different kinds of problems, or an auto mechanic, or a computer technician. They all run into different kinds of problems. And in order to solve those problems, they have to recognize the characteristics of the problem and then match problems with that characteristics to the procedure they've learned to solve that kind of problem. And that's what we practice in mathematics. We're going to encounter different kinds of problems. We're going to learn a procedure to solve that kind of problem. And then our job will be, as we are tested and we are presented with different kinds of problems, is to recognize the characteristics of each problem, match those characteristics to the procedure we've learned for solving it, execute the procedure, and get the right answer. That's what we learn as we practice mathematics.